loves, welcome to another episode of The Random. My name is Mary Ann Awor Odoyo. Thank you for joining me today. It is a sunny Sunday afternoon and it feels so good. The sun feels so good. I feel like what I have to say today is short and straight to the point. Sometimes your purpose does not have to be loud, and it does not have to be external in any way. I don't know that purpose is ever external, to be honest. I feel like sometimes the purpose for which we are called is something that is happening within us. Sometimes the impact you're called to make in a space, in a room, is something that happens within you, as opposed to what you're doing. And there's no I'm not trying to say that this is the only path, this is the only way. What I'm trying to say is sometimes your purpose is in what you're going to do in a room, right? And at other times it is simply in who you are as you step into that room. Sometimes the impact you're going to make is not in what you're going to do outside of you, but in you, in what work is happening within you. And this takes me to sometimes we see just a few examples of what life can be, of what purpose can look like, of what it means to live a good life. You see this, and we think we must conform to a certain mold, but life can be so much more than what we see, because sometimes we are exposed to only three examples of what can be, and we think that is everything, that is how it should be, forgetting there are a million more examples you haven't seen, forgetting that sometimes you're called to be the anomaly, you're called to be the pace setter, the pathfinder, you're called to be the one who will show other people it's okay to do this differently, that this is not this and this are not the only paths to success, path to purpose. This is not only what life can look like, and I say this because I feel like we look to what we see to guide us, but sometimes what we see and what we know is not all there is. And if something does not feel right, it is probably because you're being called towards something different. Don't pressure yourself into a mold of what success should look like, of what life should look like, should be like, of what life should be. Allow for something beyond what you have known, beyond what you can even perceive at the moment, to play out within you. Just what you think should be is not all that there is. It's like sometimes life can be something entirely different. Sometimes goals can look not how you think goals look like. So yeah, it's more like allow yourself to explore life outside of whatever mold you think it should be. And what did I start saying? Yeah, And sometimes the greatest impact you're ever going to make is in what you're doing within you. Because sometimes your purpose is not loud, it is silent. Sometimes you're not in the room to be seen, you're in the room to be